It is episode four. No, I said three, but it's not. It's episode 439 of Congratulations. Hey guys, welcome, and I just crushed some Magic Mind, so it's about to get on and popping. The littler the drink is, the more big. Whoops, leave that out, I guess. But to drink it, but this is very little, and it's good, and it keeps me going. Well, so I mean, it keeps me going. It's not like if I ever win an award, I'm going to be like, and thanks to you know what I mean. I'll thank my family, but yeah, it's yeah. So look, guys, it's me, dude, and it's episode 439. I can't believe we have 439 episodes, and I also can't believe that I put up my second leg. You know, I say my second leg of my tour and stuff like that, and I say a bunch of cities, and then it's like, but honestly, I just realized something. It never ends. I was at Burbank, at the Burbank airport, and I ran into Orny Adams, and it just never ends. He keeps going. I keep going. Everyone keeps going. I saw Mark Maron. It just never ends. You just keep going, you know? But I do have a bunch of new dates coming up here I filled up my second half of the year. God, look at all these dates. This is crazy. I filled up the second half of the year. So after Miami, I go to Salt Lake City, Utah. I messed it up already. Salt Lake City, Utah. And by the way, Salt Lake City, Utah, I will be there September 5th. But the SLUT, that's the thing. Salt Lake, Utah, which is slut. Change it. And that's okay. And I know that that's not something that I found out. I know that that's a thing. There are shirts with that. But yeah, that's. I guess this was around before the term Salt Lake City, Utah was around before the term slut, and then they found out later, and they were like, it's too late to change the name of the city. So and state really, they'd have to change. But well, they changed one. But anyway, and then Boise. There's so many. I'm going to Pittsburgh. Look, I didn't even know. I'm going to Washington D.C., Tulsa, Oklahoma. Springfield, Missouri. Oh, I love Springfield, Missouri. You'd never think of that. You'd never think someone loves Springfield, Missouri, but I do. Fort Smith, Arkansas. Dude, honestly, I'm going to Arkansas. You know what I realized the other day? I went to, not Arkansas. What was the, last year I went to, what's the other one? Alabama, dude. And I guess that might be the last time I ever go to Alabama. There we go. It's not my market, so but yeah, so look I'm doing Waco. That's where they all committed. Whoops, bleep that out. 3 minutes in, can't say that. Get demonetized. Hamilton, Ontario, going back. Chicago, Illinois. People have been screaming for it. So here we go. Chicago, Illinois. Kansas City, Missouri. Kansas City, cool. Omaha, Daytona Beach, Florida. Look at that. Cleveland, Detroit, Michigan, Crystalia.com. A bunch of different dates. I'm happy to get back there. Where am I going? Where am I going in Detroit? The Masonic Cathedral Center. Masonic Cathedral Theater. Okay, cool. So go get tickets, Crystalia.com. They're on sale Friday. So I know this podcast comes out Thursday. You can probably get the if you type in the code on Thursday, you can probably get the artist sale stuff, which is multiverse. So just type that in there. But anyway, regardless, hi, and thank you. And thank you for getting tickets to see me. I'm very grateful. I do this meet and greet thing sometimes where, almost every show, I sell like 100 tickets for meet and greet. And it's fun. And I used to actually just, it's weird, dude. Reframing your mind can work because I've reframed my mind. I used to look at it as work. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna get sick. I'm gonna meet all these people. Some of them are gonna slap the person who says, hey. There's always a person that says, hey, what's up, and slaps you on the back too hard, dude. I got a friend's brother who does that. That smacks me on the back too hard every time I see him, and I just know he does it to everyone else. And I just want to be like, buddy, it's assault. it hurt so bad, and I told my friend, and he laughed so hard. And I think he knows his brother does that, but it's absolutely too much. But anyway, but I'm just so happy to. It's weird. Like I know I come off as like a jerk on this podcast sometimes, but I'm just so like grateful. I used to think you know what it was? I used to think I didn't that I wasn't worth anything. Yes, dude, the truth comes out. Yes, dude. And now I feel like I'm worth something. Yes, dude. Sad but true. Yes. And now I believe people when they tell me that they like me. Yes, dude. Wow, he's got some serious issues, but it's all good. Come get tickets, and it's all good. My special has been doing. We got 500,000 views there. That's awesome. In 3 weeks. I love you guys. I see your comments, and it's beautiful. You know, enough's enough. I'll tell you what, though. We have been in this house now for 8 months, okay? And we absolutely just got our clothes. Dude, I've had about 9 outfits. I've been rotating, okay? My wife has had about 3, all right? And now we've got our clothes. We got our clothes because my house is on the market, my other one. And I just go, you know what? Time to bring the clothes. And we got them, and man, it feels good, dude. You ever go and look at your clothes and you go, I got nothing to wear? Try not having anything but like 2 outfits for 9 months, and then go look at 4 more outfits you have. And dude, I'm telling you, just put on a collared shirt. I'm telling you right now, just put on carnation, those carnation shorts that people only wear in Connecticut when their dads are lawyers. You know what I'm talking about? Those puke green shorts that are the worst, dude. Hey, those puke green shorts are the worst. What are they called? Those scream boat shoes, and my dad's a lawyer. Hey, dude, do you have the shorts that I can have now that my dad's passed the bar and we got a boat? Anyway. Yeah, the carnation pink ones. The the ones that we have. The ones where I've definitely used Rohypnol before. Anyway, we have a good time. But so we got our clothes, and we put my wife is like, she'll go like this. She'll be like, hey, look, we all know men will have crazy grand ideas. Like straight up. Men will just be like, one day I'm going to launch a Honda Civic in outer space. And that's just, a man can do that. One day, we're going to walk on the moon, is what the men said. And they go, psh, okay. And Buzz Aldrin's like, well, you'll see, right? Okay. Before you know it, one small step per man. And then, but women will have a thing that have an idea that's $2,000, just $2,000 enough to actually do it and piss you off. Hey, you know what we should do? If you hear your wife say that, you're fucked. Okay? Hey, you know what we should do, dude? You know your day, it's over, right? Okay, because you got to then tell her, okay, yes, 100%, or no, right? You don't say. Here's what you don't do. Because here's what my wife did. We should take Calvin's bed, put it on the floor in our bedroom, and then take our mattress off and put that on the floor too, and make one big bed and all sleep together. And I immediately think, are you 8? What about my neck tomorrow, right? What about how I'm going to trip on stuff, right? Now that is absolutely doable, but that is something a woman wants to do and just thinks they can do it, and they can. Now it's no small step for a man, giant leap for mankind. But a man will take his whole life to get there. A woman will say something that will take either 1 day to 5 weeks and just consume your fucking life about it. And your whole day, you don't even know you're mad about it until one day you're just like, cleaning the dishes and you're like, yeah, well, maybe talk to me earlier about it next time. Men like to go to the moon. She wanted to fix up an old motorcycle, And it's just, well, so we had to get the fucking stuff out of storage to go do a picnic because you want to make turkey fucking sandwiches, That's all doable. But the idea is too much in the space of annoyingness, okay? So we did it, okay? And we slept in it, and I'll tell you what, man. It was ripping, dude. We just had a full floor bed. But so that's the reason why we got our clothes, and we got another bed for the old house. Yeah, dude. They were rolling all over the bed, man. When you sleep with your 5-year-old or 2-year-old, oh my God, dude. I woke up so Calvin woke up and this morning and he said, can I go downstairs and play? And I said, sure. Kristen was already up. Billy, now it's me and Billy. Billy gets up. He's 2. And he's just walking around the room. And I'm just like, what are you, like, it's like, is this a horror movie, dude? Just a toddler walking around the room. The floors, the bed's on the ground. We moved in, we just moved in. Every horror movie is like got the family that just moved in. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. If that line is in it, it's a horror movie. We'll take it. That's it. Somebody's getting their head lopped off, right? Or possessed. So I'm just in bed and Billy's just walking around, and then every now and then just looking at me like a horror movie, okay? And I'm like asleep, but I don't have my glasses on. And then I look and I look to the side, and Billy is just standing there looking at me. And I go, huh. In my head, in my sleep head, I'm like, everything all right? But then I go like this. And I go, close my eyes again. I go to try to sleep a little bit more. Wake up. Now, I don't know if I slept for 1 second or 9 years, It was the thing that happens. The blink that you do where you're like, whoops, that was a whole day. And I look, and Billy's still there looking at me. And I go, I don't have my glasses on. So I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Right? Just being 2. A 2-year-old can they just be sometimes, right? Like they don't go anywhere. They just stand around. And then I go, again, it'll be all right. I can hear Calvin downstairs making noise. So I'm like, all right, he's still alive, Just the worst dad. I would get up, but I'm too tired. Hopefully Calvin isn't smashing his head in with a frying pan. Hopefully it's not too late and the house is burning down and I can't get out. You just hope for the best in those moments, when you can't hear your kids. And then I finally look at Billy and I go, let me put my glasses on because I got to see what he's doing because he's just looking at me. And I put my glasses on, and this is what he's doing. Looking at me, but going like this. And I go, oh. He's furiously shitting, okay? And he was doing it for so long, and then he came over to me, and it was the worst smell, and I go, God, I'm going to have to change it. I'm so tired. right? And I'm not complaining. I love my kids and I change their diapers. But I'm like, I got to do it. Or, because he's just laying with me in bed. And I'm just like, gosh, it smells like fucking shit. And now this is how lazy I am. I'm like, dude, maybe I could just get a few more winks of sleep. Yeah, it smells like the inside of an egg on the inside of an anus. But I'm tired. You know what I mean? I fell asleep watching a movie last night. So I finally go to take him, and this was the worst bathroom he's ever taken. And my God. Anyway, that you know, there's no like end or punchline to that story except for the fact that I can't believe how lazy a man can be. I'm just sleeping on my floor on 2 beds. My son just shitting his brains out, and me thinking, oh man, I bet I'm good for 5 more minutes. Putrid. But I tell you, man, it's beautiful. It's all beautiful. It's all beautiful. Here's what I'm done with. And I made a little Instagram video about this. I'm done with, and I'll just touch on what I talked about in the video. But I'm done with people who have the light version of autism. Is life difficult for you? Okay. Hey, life's difficult. I'm not talking about the kid who, you know what I mean, who is banging his head against a tree. I went to school with that kid when I was growing up. That kid had problems, mostly in his face area, right? Because he was banging his head against bark, okay? I don't know why, but we all knew that he was autistic, all right? We all knew it. You know why? He's banging his head against a tree, okay? And we go, oh, wow, he's, hopefully he's okay. He had it hard. Everyone made fun of him. It sucked. It sucked for him. Hopefully he grew up, and his face is in okay shape and he's nice, maybe he's got a family. I don't know. But like every other day in the media, I see some hot chick like, hey, I was diagnosed with autism. That's what it's been. That's what's up with me. That's why I don't like loud noises. The doctor told me I was diagnosed at 36. Hey, dude, if you're diagnosed with autism at 36, you made it. Dude, we don't care. And now look, yeah, well, actually, people, because I see in my comment sections, they're like, oh, well, it actually helped me with my life and people do care and I care and this and that. And okay, fine, dude. Hey, but like, do you know how many female comedians now will just go on stage and be like, so my doctor told me I'm autistic. Hey, no, you're not. Who's your doctor? Who the fuck is your doctor? Let me see his diploma. How little is the autism that you have? Because I went to school with kids who couldn't stop banging their heads against the trees and they would take their penis out in class. So what? Oh, you blink too much? Hey, here's the deal. If you can get pussy, it kind of, you know what I mean, levels it out, right? Like, sure, Elon Musk has autism, but the guy's got 17 baby moms. So it's all good. If he can deal with it, look, and I don't mind him saying it. He's saying he's autistic. And, he's a fucking weirdo. We can all tell, right? Just by his haircut alone. But, like, if you're just a 38-year-old woman that feels like, there needs to be something, like, it's like whatever ADHD was. Like, whatever the fuck that even is, ADHD. Remember that was the one? It was ADHD, and then sometimes it's like, you'd hear, it's women in their 30s will be like, I'm bipolar. I don't know what the heck. It's so crazy. I never realized. And it's like, oh, or they'll get into yoga, or buy a camera and start taking pictures like it's like film, And it's like, dude, find a different way to deal with men not looking at you anymore. Yes, I said it! Dude, now, I know it's a hot take, but you're not autistic just because you prefer beige food. I got fucked. Lay horizontal. I mean, dude, it's so insane. How many? And guys, I guess they do it, but what women are, it's like, dude, it's this whole, well, but how else do people fucking, will people pay attention and look at me? Oh, because you're not, it's like a woman who gets her fake boobs out, and then all of a sudden she's like, what the fuck? Okay, I'm autistic. How about that? That's always been the thing. No, be interesting. You don't get to fucking just say you're fashionably, you fashionably have the problem that this kid who keeps taking his penis out in 5th grade that has to keep going to the principal's office because the kid can't help it. Oh no, but you know, it's so wacky. It's so whack, dude. Just, and I'm not even saying it's not. It is a spectrum. It is a spectrum. I only care if it's over here. If you're here, deal with it. If you're here, go to work. If you're here, get horizontal. If you're here, you know what you can do? Anything else anyone over here can do. Okay? This guy can't. He keeps taking his penis out in 4th grade. Cut. It's so unbelievable. Dude, I just, you know, it's always the biggest problem in the world is the two things. The women who say the things, and then the men who let them just get away with it because they want some puss. Yes, he said it! Dude, it's just, you know, it's I need to make buttons for when chicks say they're autistic that go like this.
Stop the cap.
Dude, it's just enraging. I can't, you know what makes me want to do? Be straight up. That's the other thing. If you're like 50 and you find out you're autistic, that doesn't matter. You're going to die soon. You did life. It's also okay to just be white. You know what I mean? You don't have to be something. You can just be pure white. You know, it's like everyone wants to have a struggle and shit. Everyone wants to have you know, well, the thing is that you know, that's why there's always the dudes that, you know, I grew up in a, dude, you grew up in a bad neighborhood? Hey, dude, fuck you. Yeah? When? In the past? Oh, wow. Go to work. You grew up in a bad, it's always some fucking, you know what I mean? Some 5'9", just white dude with like 2 big baggy shorts. They're just like, because I grew up, you know how I grew up, man. I grew up and it was, dude, all right. I just, everyone feels like they need to have a struggle. You don't. You don't. And everyone struggles, and shut the fuck up about it. Or it's fine to talk about it, you know? But it's like this whole, I don't know, man, if you haven't turned this podcast off yet, it's just, I'm just bitching and moaning. And, you know, people are going to be like, fuck D'Elia, he's privileged and he's white. But, like, dude, dude. God, dude. These people are all going to die, and then they're going to get up to heaven even though it doesn't exist. And they're going to be like, hey, Hey, God. And God's be like, oh, yeah, I don't know, get in or something. It's all good. Just get in. There's a party. You can get your dick sucked or your fucking clam eaten. But what about how this is the afterlife? Yeah, it's awesome. Go. Go, go. You're not autistic. Go over there. There's queso and there's a bunch of fucking you can get drunk as shit over there in the grotto. It's basically the Playboy Mansion.
Well, that's creepy. Tell me more about that.
I'm just done with it, dude. I'm done with it, and I'm free, dude. You ever feel like you're free? You ever feel like you're free? I've given birth to myself again. Do you understand? It's not, and you should too. You should too. This is a cult. You're allowed to give birth to yourself again. And I'm not talking about rebirth. Fuck that, dude. I'm talking about, oh, you were born against your consent. That's bullshit. I didn't ask to be here. Oh, I'm here though. So now I choose to be born. Now, no. Oh, no. I'm 45. I choose to be born now. Okay? My parents decided to, or just happened to fall in love, and now I'm here. I didn't have anything to say about this. So now I'm choosing to be born. Okay? Period. That's what we do in this cult. Yeah, you know. I'm probably autistic, but it's just, it's like, at least I made a fucking career out of it, I guess. Of course, it's a spectrum. Everything's a spectrum. Oh. I am really glad I took that magic mind. It really put me on all cylinders. But yeah, so it hey, Kanye West. Sup? Hey, Kanye West. What's going on? He made a song called like I sucked my cousin's dick or something. Bach is rolling over in his grave. You ever think about the old musicians? I'm not Bach, I don't give a fuck. Music keeps going, so it's just gonna get. But it's like, you ever think about like a person who makes real poetic music way back, like before we were all alive, listening to. You're such a fucking I love it. Just would they die on hearing that? What is that? What is that? Oh, enough of me. Just Beethoven, deaf as shit, with the fucking metal rod in his mouth so he can feel the music, just working so hard, making beautiful sonatas. And then Kanye comes along. You're such a fucking hoe. I love it. Beethoven, stop, takes the metal rod out of his mouth so he could stop feeling the music. That's enough for me. He's deaf. I don't know how he sounded, but. And that's what they say, that he used to have the metal rod in his mouth to feel the vibrations of the notes he was playing. Probably bullshit. Sounds like some. Who is it? Fucking Beethoven or Daredevil? Why didn't Daredevil make good music then? Maybe he just didn't have the talent. He didn't have the talent. God. But yeah, Kanye wrote a tweet. Let's just read it here. This song is called Cousin, about my cousin that's locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. Okay, that's a crazy thing to say, first of all. It gets worse. Also, it gets worse. Also, that sounds like a deep thought from Jack Handy. Remember those things in Saturday Night Live? the thing was like, why do we laugh at a man in a clown outfit, but we don't laugh at a man carrying a clown outfit in a plastic dry cleaning bag? Deep thoughts. Anyway, so he says this, and then he says, perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault. I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. Okay. Then it says, my dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found in the top of my mom's closet were different. Then he says, my name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin's dick till I was 14. Dude, hey, make music, make clothes. The internet, it just, everyone has a voice. And remember when that was not the case? I do. I'm 45. Maybe you don't. You know, my kids are going to grow up and they're going to be somebody who never knew that people didn't. I mean, you know, unless the fucking apocalypse happens and then we all lose our iPhones or whatever. But like, wow, you know, the Nazi stuff, you were like, okay, how is Kanye going to top this? I think he's going to he'll saw his arm off and then be like, look, it is just crazy. It's so, if you got that many yes men around you, you got to stop. You got to just, I mean, dude, you thank God for the people in my life that say, shut the fuck up. You know? Thank God for those people. You can't even say sit deeper to this Kanye tweet because it's just basically what it is on its face. Oh my God.
It's one of our favorite days. It's one of our favorite periods of time. We're honoring Jesus Christ, and we're going to honor Jesus Christ very powerfully.
Dude, he says it like it's Carson Daly, you know?
Our lives, all throughout our lives, not just now, all throughout our lives. We're bringing religion back in America. We're bringing a lot of things back, but
watered it down immediately. We're bringing religion back. We're bringing a lot of things back, but dank, 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 dank. We bring religion back. Yeah. Remember that guy in that song? I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah. Remember that guy in the back? Just Will Ferrell. Bum, bam, bum, bam, bum, bam, bum. I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah. The guy was late to the studio, just showed up, ran in the thing. I'm not going to miss it, dude. I promise you, I will not. Start it. I will not miss my vocals. All right, we're starting right now. Bam, 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 bam. Take it to the chorus. Bam, we're bringing sexy back. Yeah. See, I didn't miss it. I know it was far away from the mic, but I didn't miss it, and I told you I wouldn't.
religion is coming back to America. That's why you see the kind of numbers that you're seeing, the spirit and the kind of numbers that you're seeing. So,
What? The kind of numbers that you're seeing. Is that what he said? I don't even. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's just he's standing there with a fucking guy dressed as a bunny. Is this South Park? Dude, my son, Calvin, anytime there's a holiday, I'll ask him what his favorite holiday is, and he'll say whatever holiday it is, right? You know, like Easter was Easter, and he was just like, I love Easter. I was like, yeah, what's your favorite holiday? And he said, Easter. And I'm like, oh yeah, how come? And he says, just because of the candy and toys and stuff, and like the bunnies. And I said, oh yeah, that's your favorite holiday? And he said, yeah. I said, what about Christmas? And he said, oh, yeah, I like Christmas too. I said, yeah? You like it? You like Easter the best though? And he says, yeah, I mean, I like Easter and Christmas though. I said, yeah? Yeah. What about Halloween? Oh, I love Halloween. Yeah? You like Christmas and Easter better than Halloween? I like Halloween too. All the candy, you know? And then I'm like, oh, yeah, what about your birthday? And he goes, oh, I love birthdays. And then I'm like, yeah. And I keep going. I'm like, what about St. Patrick's Day? And he's like, yeah, it's kind of all right. And I'm like, that's how everyone feels about it. It's kind of all right. I said, what about April Fool's? Do you even know what that is? And he says, that's the funny one, right? I'm like, yeah. Dude, it's just so funny, man. It's so funny that that having that day and being in that day, you cannot see past that day. That you're like, this is my favorite day. See ya. Hey, Christmas? Fuck Christmas. Like that's how you. We're bringing a lot of things back. Yeah. What's the thing he said the other day, dude? This was so good. Right here.
America Grande Ultra Best.
Yeah. Dude, that is so. It says, Rachel teaches Trump how to say MAGA in Spanish.
America Grande Ultra Best.
I know. The breathiness. Otra vez. Otra. You ever tried out? You ever try fried okra before? That guy fucking. When I was a kid, a guy said that to me once, and I think of it sometimes. So fuck you. I'll think about it whenever I want. I don't give a shit. I thought about it then. Oh, congrats to my boy Colton for getting into UCLA law. 4's up. Whatever it means, but sup, my babies. Being the hip-hop head that I am, I love to discover new talent and allow them to use my platform for their benefit. Wow. With that said, go check out Logic-Kill. He's dope AF. Stay in Lines by Lucky Lex. The freight rhymer rides smooth with heavy bars. Jesus Christ. Each scene moves. Every word lands. Pure MCing in motion. Stream Stay in Lines by Lucky Lex everywhere. And that is a holler. Go to holler.com. Holler.baby/Crystalia if you want to purchase a shout out or mini ad on this podcast. Dude, you guys write this shit, you know? Smooth, pure MCing. Like it was one of those, dude, remember those? Oh, God, dude. Do you remember those? I know we've talked about them sometimes, but remember the infomercials that would have like Peebo Bryson on them and shit? God. Like they used to sell songs, you know? Huh? You just listen to those. What? Music, what would you call it? Infomercials. Infomercial. Yeah, 90s. Oh, man. I guess we can't play it because we'll get dinged, but who were the guys that would do it? Wow. Peebo Bryson? Peebo Bryson. There it is. Fucking hell yeah, dude. Look at him. The first Nate Dogg. Oh, shit. This guy was the shit. He sang A Whole New World? Oh, dude, that's him? A whole new world. Nobody knows the next part. A million crashing sounds alike. Come on, we need the infomercial shits. A whole new world, a whole new world. Dude, my son likes that song that goes, hey, why are you always hating on, hey, what is it with the why G, is it? Hey, why you always hating? Why you always hating? What the fuck does it go? With Drake and why you always hating? Why you always hating? No, why you always hating? Please tell me why you always hating. There you go. Got it. Yes. Did it. Please tell me why you always hating. Please tell me why you always hating. Dude, he was doing that the other day over and over again. And I was like, what is he saying? And finally I figured out he was singing YG. Thuggin'. He's from a really rough neighborhood, you know? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, people probably say, where's the infomercial? Infomercial. Let me just type in infomercial. God, they were great, weren't they? Look at these 90s infomercials. Well, they were only, I mean, I guess they're now too, but in the 90s, they were just fantastic. God, dude, you just see like a close-up of a turkey, you know? And it'd be like, you can cook this. Whoa. Oh, we got to play this one.
The work out of your workout.
No, this isn't real. Come on.
The Hawaii chair wasn't designed just for home.
The Hawaii chair. Oh, the Hawaii chair. I got to see what's up here with this Hawaii chair. What does it do?
The Hawaii chair.
You know,
Imagine you got fucking bludgeoned to death with that song playing in a fucking bar bathroom. Just
out of your workout. The Hawaii chair.
Just
you know, Tamara,
dying.
The Hawaii chair wasn't designed just for home. I mean, after all, for some of
Dude,
us,
it just fucking rotates your... Dude, it just rotates your midsection. You sit on it and it moves like this in a 360 degree. And you just...
40 hours of our week is spent sitting behind a desk at the office. So to see what office workers think of the Hawaii chair, we sent Aaron Lee to work.
They're just throwing up. I have motion
Aaron
sickness.
Lee
And
with
oh, they
Purpose
look so bad.
USA
I was
and
sitting
today
on a
we moved the Hawaii
dildo.
chair to a very busy work environment.
Sitting on a dildo. A Sibian.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Ow!
Great on my abs.
Oh, your abs, bro.
Working.
Hawaii chair while answering phones, using the computer,
I mean,
balancing books,
giving
or
us suggestions.
filing
Couldn't
paperwork.
grab the thing. She was trying to grab the files and she was like, just getting wet. Bro, if I had the Hawaii chair, I would be rock hard all day in my cubicle.
You can hardly call this work. With the Hawaii chair,
I mean, I'm coming constantly. Dude, this is hilarious. The Hawaii chair, dude. Oh my God. Here, I'll put on the thing. Oh, wow. This is a gem. I never saw this.
it takes the work out of your workday.
If you can sit, you can get fit. The Hawaii chair.
Getting bludgeoned to death in
Thanks,
in the
Aaron
back
Lee.
of a fucking Barney's Beanery. Just getting fucking kneed in the mouth. Well, then the last thing you see is the door opens up and you see another guy talking to the girl that you were talking to for an hour and a half, and you die. Dude, that's what you see right there.
The Hawaii chair.
Oh, fuck. I thought I was going to get laid. Ugh. The Hawaii chair. Such stupid lyrics. Hawaii chair, dude. Dude, why do they make this fucking shit? Why don't they just make stuff? Dude. Why didn't they just make good shit? I guess there has to be bad shit so good shit will exist. So we'll know what the good shit is, right? Oh, man. Dude. This is crazy. I saw this. I don't even know what to say here, okay? Why are they... There's so much weirdness about this clip, okay? Witnesses are recounting the mayhem that unfolded on the Sunshine Coast. Two sisters have told how their mother and a man raced to help when the carjacked SUV rolled on Steve Irwin Way. It's Australian. Only to find the gun-wielding car thief emerging from the wreck.
Witnesses are recounting
some of the drama that unfolded on the Sunshine Coast this afternoon. Two sisters have told how their mother and man raced to help when the carjacked SUV rolled on Steve Irwin Way, only to find the gun-wielding car thief emerging from the wreck. Here's some of what they had to say.
I can't imagine.
And one guy...
Okay, they're both dressed the same, which is crazy to be 50 and dressed like your sister or brother, but that's dope. But they're twins, okay?
was up there with our mum, and he went up there, and he was coming back down towards us, and he goes, "Run! He's got a gun."
You know?
And our heart started to pound. And
Well, hey, are you one person or two people? Dude, how do you do that? You can do that kind of when you're like 8 to another 8-year-old, but you fuck it up way more than this. These people have been on their shit since they were kids and twins and just connected. All right, we're going to do the thing, right? When they ask us about the thing, we're going to say, we didn't script it, but we're going to feel each other. We're going to do things like, you know, we've practiced for this. We've trained for this, right? Here we go. And then remember what he said. Stop, I have a gun. Say it.
Mum, where's Mum? And poor Mum was stuck up there, but apparently our brave Mum, she goes, "Are you all right?" Because he had all blood all over his face.
I mean, dude. If I was doing this with my brother, there'd be such an argument afterwards. I'd be like, dude, what are you doing? Let me fucking say it, or you just say it. Do they have some sort of like, well, they're psychic, so it's all good. You know, you see stuff like this and you're like, oh, you know, it could be a magic trick. Like, you know, David Blaine, like you watch David Blaine and you're like, oh, well, he obviously didn't hammer a nail into his eyeball. So something is going on, but you saw that. So you're like, I guess I'm too stupid to realize this could be a trick. But
and he goes, "I'll shoot you." She goes, "Hey, I'm here to help." And Mum distracting him to make him look the other way, and he looked the other way, and Mum ran into the bush behind.
Dude, let me actually ask the most important question. Why are they doing this? Why are they both doing this? This is a harrowing thing that happened that they saw. Why are they showing you the shit they do in a traumatic moment? Just have one person. I'll handle it. You don't have to do it because, you know, you do the fucking annoying thing, right? Where you repeat everything I say right when I say it. It's unbelievable. It is. But right now, for this news interview, it's going to be super weird, right? Because we almost saw a guy shoot somebody. So let me just...
Fence. And the guy goes to her, "I'll find you and I'll shoot you." All I was thinking about when we were running, I hope he doesn't...
I mean, they're even doing the stutterings.
Fire. Yeah, we were so blessed.
How close to him do you think you were?
Well, see, he was up there and we were past our when you driveway. Yeah. You don't think of all of that at the time. You just run for your safety.
Oh, they fucked up at the end there. We said we were going to say for your life. You said safety. It's fine. It's just we said it. So now they know the jig is up. Dude, what is that? Man, you know when like you're a kid and you're like, oh, dude, I wish I was a twin. You know, kids are when they're 9 and they're just like, it would be so. I remember thinking when I was a kid, it would be so fucking dope if I had another me here and his name was like Tim. And we would do so many pranks and laugh so fucking hard. Okay? And then you get to be like 25 or something and you remember. Like I remembered thinking, wow, that would have sucked. Hey, being a twin, I'm sure twins love their twin. That's not what I'm saying. But dude, that's got to be... You know what? Congratulations to these twins because they're owning it. Oh, we're twins, right? Well, I didn't consent to be born. Certainly didn't consent to be a twin. So now you're going to be spooked out. You're going to be spooked out. All right? We're going to say the same shit. We're going to wear the same thing and we're going to do it until we're 55. All right? You hate to give up that's that. These are my favorite twins. Period. And I'm sorry to the Udis brothers when I was in school younger. They were cool too, but these are my favorite twins. Wow. I remember one time when I was in elementary school and I knew a guy, and he was sitting near the table at the same table as me, and I knew him, and he was like almost a friend. And then I saw him walk in again, and I was so confused because I knew about twins already, but I was like, what? Because I already knew the guy. How did I not know he had twins? And how did I not see them together? We were at the same school. Dude, I was blown away. I will never forget that moment. It was so weird. I forgot how to talk. I was like, what? Dude, you have a twin? And he was like, yeah. Dude, I was in 7th or 8th grade, maybe. I love when they fuck it up at the end here. Hold on.
Run for your safety.
Oh, they're so mad.
You just run for your safety.
And the other one clenched her jaw. I am, I don't know about this whole, bro, there's triplets, you know? God. There's fucking quadruplets. What's the most, aren't there like, what's the most amount of twins? What do you call them? Not twins. Born at once. I think that's probably, that'll show up. The largest recorded number of babies born in single pregnancy. 15, dude? Oh my God. And a lot of them are still alive because it was in 1971. Oh, dude, it was in Rome. That makes sense. It was a horror movie. For sure. They did it in a church, you know? They didn't know it came early. And just 15 people kept walking out of the lady's pussy. Oh, Dongela buongiorno. Acqua che te. Oh, Dongela buongiorno. Oh, it's another one. What the fuck? Who have you been fucking? That's a doctor. What? Surely this has to be the last one. I look at you, tummy is big, but it cannot be past 7. There is no way. Holy shit, another one. 8, this is 8. You better have a lot of names you like. That's probably it. Okay, let's wrap up. Oh, there's another one, 9. That's unbelievable. You better start naming them names you don't like, too. Hold on a second. Push on her tummy. This is a 10. They just keep walking out of a pussy. Who she been fucking? 35-year-old woman, too. Dude, she just saved them up. She was pregnant since she was 20, and she just kept saving them up and getting rid of them. When I am 35, I am going to I have them in me. When I'm 35, I'm going to have just however many. I like to lay down with men. Whenever I am 35, I will release all of them. They just look different and shit. Different races. That's crazy. Twins are common. They occur in about 1 of 80 pregnancies. Wow. Oh my God, if I had twins. I remember being so scared. Not, scared is the wrong word, but like stressed. To be like, oh my God, am I going to have twins? Fuck. That's a whole thing. I mean, your whole life is just complete. It's different after babies. Twins. Oh my God, look at this. South African woman gives birth to 10 babies in Pretoria. So this is in 2021. Wow. Wow, they're just fucking 4. 10 of the strangest pregnancies in the world. Most babies born to one mother to the shortest baby brought to term. Oh, God. 1987, Anna Bates gave birth to the longest baby ever recorded. The longest baby? I fucking imagine you're the longest baby. And then you're not even that tall when you get older, right? because that's what happens. The fucking it's like all how Mexicans are so big when they're little, you know, and then they're not the tallest race. Everybody, you go to when you have a kid and you go and they're like all the people in like the 90th percentile above they're all Mexican. A woman who lived during the 18th century is known as the first wife of Fyodor Vasilyev. I don't know, a peasant from Shuya, Russia, gave birth to 69 babies in her lifetime. Come on. Oh, come on, dude. Oh my God. No. But okay, so however, she didn't go into labor 69 times as she gave birth to 16 pairs of twins. It's too many. 7 sets of triplets. Dude, this lady. Holy shit. She's responsible for Russia. Wait a minute, come on. She didn't go into labor. So she gave birth to 16 pairs of twins, 7 sets of triplets, and 4 sets of quadruplets. Oh my God, dude. And then her husband remarried and had 18 more children with his second wife. This dude, it was the guy. Again, I don't want to have to, sorry, ladies, but it obviously was a dude's Dilsnick. There's no way to verify he fathered them all. Well, he at least fathered a lot of them. Yeah, but in Russia, they be cheating, though, for real. They don't give a fuck. They don't even count it as cheating. In Russia, they go, dick slipped. I don't know. Dick slipped. I thought it was wife. That is not cheating because dick slipped. It is not cheating because I thought it was my wife. Lights were down low. I had a Snickers bar beforehand, so all bets are off. It wasn't cheating. Da. And then they all go. They go, da. And even the women go, da. It's not cheating. He's dick slipped and he had Snickers. Da. The light, how high were the lights? They were dim. Da. Sneakers. So here we have Snickers, dick slipped, and light was low. Not cheating, obviously. Da. Just so many people in the room. Da. All the kids, the 18 quadruplet. Da. Da. Dude, da is the dumbest yes in any language, you know? Da! Crazy. Dude, let me tell you, you know how stupid it is in superhero movies? That this is so stupid. They have to change how Spider-Man was made or the Hulk. It's so dumb when a fucking animal or an insect bites you and then you become that. That's so dumb. Hey, dude, we're 50. You know what I mean? Spider-Man came out in like 1920 when everyone was an idiot, when they were just like, ooh, yeah, okay, so a spider bit him. Nice. That's nice. All right. Women shouldn't vote. Nah, you fucking dames. You're made for breeding. Anyway. Yeah, that's what happened. He got in a gamma ray machine, and then he became big and green and strong. Yeah, that's right. Lady, make me a fucking sandwich. And don't fuck it up like last time, yeah? You're made for breeding and making sandwiches, bitch. Like that, we're all like, you can't make a movie where a guy fucking falls into a vat now, and he's like, now he's acid head or whatever. That only works in the 30s. At least Superman came from a different planet, you know? Just make them all come from a different planet. Make Spider-Man now come from a different... I know the whole thing is he's a regular guy, and but it's so stupid when you're watching a Marvel movie or a DC movie, and it's like, oh, dude, he was held underwater too long, and instead of dying, now he's water guy. So lazy. That only works back when you're... Did you make a roast, bitch? I'm a good dad. I worked 8 hours. What do you mean I'm not a good dad? I went to work all day. I ignore my kid. Misbreeds a lot? What the fuck? Keep your trap shut. God damn it. Anyway, put on that song I like. I like toast and jelly. I like toast and jam. Hell yeah. Now this is real music. Turn it louder, bitch. And make pasta from scratch. Better be done in 20. I like toast and jelly. Ho ass bitch. I'm a rapper. Misbreeds a lot. That's this Russian. Da. Dick slipped mean to misbreeds a lot. All right, dude. I don't know. I'm having a good time, but thank you. Oh, get tickets. Crystalia.com. Type in the code multiverse, or if you're listening to this past Friday, from Friday on, you just go get tickets. It's on sale. I'm coming everywhere. Pause. But you know what I mean. Thank you very much. Crystalia.com. And sign up for the Patreon. Patreon.com/Crystalia. Thanks.